Now, on Good Morning Northwest, heated rhetoric and a threat over East Spokane's homeless encampment. What the sheriff says he'll do and what we expect from him today.
There's lots of events this weekend. Mother Nature's going to be helping everybody out over the weekend. We're going to have a full check of that forecast coming up.
And a Spokane police officer under investigation accused of sexually assaulting a friend who's a sheriff's deputy. Well, we know about the case this morning. You're watching Good Morning Northwest here on 4 News Now. Good morning and thanks so much for starting your day with us. I'm Derek Dice.
And I'm Robin Nance. It is Friday, September 23rd. Heading into the weekend, here's Mark with your first alert forecast.
Few high thin clouds. Temperatures continue to cool. We're now at 47 degrees. So again, some layers as you're heading out for school, especially if you had to wait for a school bus. 4 things you need to know as we get going on this first Friday of fall. Sun and clouds day. It's going to be sunny and warmer for tomorrow. It's going to be beautiful. And then we're going to see next week temperatures in the 80s to start the week. Air quality right now is good. We're going to see that potentially bump into moderate tomorrow morning. But today we should be looking good. That smoke forecast has everything really north into the Colville area and up into Bonners Ferry. We're going to see that sort of get trapped. But then we're going to see from the west, those winds carrying that smoke aloft, and it looks like we could have hazy conditions tomorrow. Today, not so much. Sunny, 60 at 11 o'clock. We're going to have temperatures near 70 at 3. Our high today is going to be 70. We'll see that in the 4 and 5 o'clock hour.
One man says he can succeed in Camp Hope where the city and state have failed.
More than 600 people live in the state's largest homeless camp in East Spokane, and Sheriff Ozzie Knezovich says he will clear that camp in mid-October. Sydney Charles is live at the Now Desk with the latest on the sheriff's plans to clear it.
Yes, Sheriff Ozzie Knezovich says Camp Hope needs to be cleared or else. The sheriff says yesterday he sent a letter to the Secretary of Transportation saying he is now getting involved because of the inaction of the Department of Transportation and the state. In the new letter, the sheriff calls out both the Department of Transportation and Department of Commerce for allowing the camp to grow and negatively impact East Central Spokane. He says the lack of action shows a lack of compassion for everyone affected. He also said it's his intent to restore safety and order in the community.
And quite frankly, those who are living in that squalor, they're also victims. They're victims of a political chess match. Well, I've just flipped the board. You have a limited time to get this resolved, or we will resolve it for you.
Some are concerned about the sheriff's statements. Empire Health Foundation says what the sheriff is proposing could create even more harm.
The letter from the sheriff is disappointing. All it does is increase people's anxieties. I think it actually is a safety challenge when he says something like that.
Zeke Smith is leading the outreach efforts at the camp. His team was commissioned by the city and the Department of Commerce. Their goal is to assess the residents and determine their services and housing needs. Smith says that work will take time and this isn't a viable solution moving forward. We will be asking the sheriff some questions today at a news conference. You can watch the entire conference starting at noon live on our KXLY Plus app. And you can also read more about the sheriff's new plan on our website, KXLY.com. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
All right, Sydney, thank you. A Spokane police officer is being investigated for attempted sexual assault of a sheriff's deputy, according to court documents.
Officer Andrew Richmond could face charges of second-degree attempted sexual assault and unlawful imprisonment. The Spokane Police Department placed Officer Richmond on administrative leave in July when the allegation came to light. Court documents say in 2019, Richmond was a Spokane County Sheriff's deputy and made the switch to the Spokane Police Department. To celebrate, Richmond and a friend, a female deputy, went out for drinks. Afterward, Richmond drove her home. Later in the house, the woman says Richmond handcuffed her and started touching her. She says she repeatedly told him to stop and saw handcuff keys nearby. She used those to set herself free. Court documents do go on to say that the woman told Richmond to leave, which he did. The Spokane Police Department said in a statement it is aware of the allegations and, quote, in order to ensure an independent and objective investigation, SPD has had no involvement in any of the proceedings. The Spokane County Sheriff's Office asked the Pullman Police Department to investigate, and due to a conflict of interest, the Lincoln County Prosecutor's Office will hear the case.
An Arizona man visiting Idaho with his mom is now facing murder charges. Sandpoint police say they found his mom strangled in a hotel room. Police found the 86-year-old woman yesterday and arrested her 57-year-old son. Detectives say they were in town visiting friends when things took a violent turn. He should be in court for a first appearance later today.
In the growing battle over immigration between southern and northern states, a Democratic lawmaker in Florida is suing Republican Governor Ron DeSantis. State Senator Jason Pizzo, a Miami Democrat, wants DeSantis to stop transporting migrants from the southern border, arguing last week's flights to Martha Vineyard violated state law. Pizzo says DeSantis illegally misspent taxpayer dollars to fly the 50 people from San Antonio to the Massachusetts island.
Nobody originated here in Florida. No dollar can be spent outside of Florida.
Still, DeSantis has vowed to transport more migrants from the border and previously told reporters that the flights to Martha's Vineyard were just the beginning. DeSantis said the action was paid for with $12 million that was allocated in the state budget, and he promised to use every penny of it.
If you're looking for something to do with your kids this weekend, the 12th annual Touch a Truck event is returning to Spokane. It is a community event that lets children of all ages see and explore their favorite big rigs in a fun and safe environment. It's happening tomorrow from 9 to 2 at Spokane Community College. For more information, just find this story on KXLY.com. Yeah, in the past they've had things like fire trucks and, you know, helicopters even, so pretty cool.
So, all ages, right?
Yes, you can go too, Mark. Not just for, 12 and under.
No, it's a great event, and kids get so excited about that of all ages.
Yeah, of course.
70s all weekend.
Yeah.
Another thing to be excited about. It's going to be an above average weekend for us. We're going to have that full forecast coming your way.
And we're live at a preschool program on the South Hill that has now expanded to take in more preschool students. Coming up, we'll give you a sneak peek and tell you how families can come and get a sneak peek later this morning as well.
Drinking water for people living near Riverside State Park may be toxic. What's believed to have caused it and what's being done about it? Our investigation coming up.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Beat the fall rush and get 15% off. Call Spokane Rain Gutter today.
Hi, I'm Randy, owner of Rooter 911 Sewer and Drain.
Sewer and drain cleaning at half the price of the larger competitors. 24/7 service for all of your sewer and drain cleaning needs in Spokane, 535-3136.
Today through this Monday, if you're hunting for the best selection of sporty used trucks and four-wheel drive or all-wheel drive SUVs,
we got them, and we're pricing them right to move them out.
Which means it's the perfect time to upgrade your vehicle to a better set of wheels before the winter months arrive. Bag a truck and save a buck. Plus, this week, Cal is offering a minimum $2,000 trade-in for your old ride.
You want it? Cal's got it.
Cynthia Erivo from the new Pinocchio. You're now about to do the London Marathon. The chafing would kill me. And after a summer-long karaoke search, our favorites are here singing with me.
Watch Kelly today at 4 and 4 News Now at 5.
Just Between Friends is happening this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Shop one of the largest consignment sales and get everything you need for your growing family. Unbelievable deals all at one place only for a short time. Cash admission at the door. Go to spokane.jbfsale.com for details.
'Twas the night before the Fall Harvest Festival, when all through the house, not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The pumpkins were placed by the entrance with care, in hopes that fall fun soon would be there. The children were nestled all snug in their beds, while visions of friendly family farm fun danced in their heads. When what in their wandering dreams should appear but winding pathways of corn and all the memories so dear, through piles of pumpkins to the top of Tire Mountain, getting lost in the corn maze, then all aboard a cow train. Off to make memories as families they flew, adventure awaited all in their crew. As jack-o'-lanterns lit up the sky oh so bright, with a message of happy Halloween to all, and to all a good night.
Hi, I'm Randy, owner of Rooter 911 Sewer and Drain.
Sewer and drain cleaning at half the price of the larger competitors. 24/7 service for all of your sewer and drain cleaning needs in Spokane, 535-3136.
All right, welcome back. Here's a look at what's new on Good Morning Northwest. Widespread schemes to steal money earmarked for pandemic unemployment benefits may have stolen more than $45 billion.
U.S. Department of Labor's Office of the Inspector General says the thefts happened between March 2020 and April of this year. Methods of theft include people who filed claims in multiple states on behalf of dead people or who used suspicious email accounts. A total of $872.5 billion in pandemic-related unemployment benefits were paid since March of 2020.
Hong Kong's government announced it's ending a controversial measure aimed at stemming the spread of COVID-19. Beginning on Monday, the city will scrap its COVID-19 hotel quarantine policy for all new arrivals. Instead, people flying into Hong Kong will need to monitor themselves. Hong Kong residents and businesses have been critical of the strict COVID rules, saying it threatens the city's competitiveness and standing as a global financial center.
Here at home, the CDC is reporting 4.4 million Americans have received their updated COVID-19 boosters. It's likely the actual number is even higher since the numbers do not yet include the doses given in Idaho and Texas. Health officials say the new boosters not only protect against the original strain of coronavirus, but also the Omicron BA4 and 5 subvariants. A new White House campaign is urging Americans to get the updated boosters at the same time as their flu shot.
Here is your 10-second takeaway on this Friday morning. Oh, it's going to be clear, cool, at least to start. We're going to have variable clouds today. You're going to need some layers heading out there. It's 48 degrees, warming to 70.
In a 4 News Now exclusive this morning, the Air Force is testing the water wells miles north of Fairchild Air Force Base.
They're trying to identify whether dangerous chemicals are present. The fire-retardant chemicals, PFAS and PFOA, are known as forever chemicals because neither of them break down in the body or the environment. The Air Force started testing wells in the area just west of Riverside State Park in January. The chemicals are both known to cause serious health problems. This testing is related to an investigation of Fairchild. The fear is that contaminants from the base have seeped into the soil, contaminating the water supply. Many of the residents in that area are now only drinking and cooking with bottled water because they just don't trust the well water.
In February, they made it out. I got my results, and they said they was only 75% of the limits. So I've been buying water since because I believe it's contaminated. Neighbor next door is, and her well the same depth as mine. And so if she's contaminated, then I must be too. And I've been buying water to cook with and drink ever since.
The EPA Lifetime Health Advisory says water is not drinkable after the chemicals reach a combined 70 nanograms per trillion liters of water. We'll be tracking the latest developments with this story as our investigation continues. All right, Good Morning Northwest time is now 6:12.
Deadly Hurricane Fiona is on the move. We are tracking it as it sets its sights up the Atlantic coast to Canada. The breaking details coming up.
Also ahead, Destiny Richards is live checking out a preschool program that's expanding to help more local kids prepare for kindergarten.
What do you get when ice cold beer, gourmet burgers, sports, and the Pint House brand come together? Good times. That's right. Pint House Burgers and Brews is now open at the former Good Times Pub location in the Spokane Valley. It will always be good times at the new Valley Pint House Burgers and Brews.
Listen up. Everything we've worked for has led to this moment. Training is over. It's time to be efficient, like the Kubota Grand L Series. It is time to grind, like the Kubota LX Series, which is packed with extras. It's time to be tough, like the rugged BX Series. So let's get out there and plow, fight, and win.
I'm Jonah, and I'd like to welcome you to the brand new Coeur d'Alene Nissan. You'll find the grand dealership lobby open, comfortable, and relaxing. A service center with state-of-the-art equipment committed to getting you quickly and safely back on the road. There's much more to experience. I'm inviting you to stop in and see us. We're just off Highway 95 in Coeur d'Alene.
My husband has diabetes.
Even with health insurance, we're having a hard time affording our medications.
Thankfully, we have Patty Murray fighting for us in the U.S. Senate. She kept at it till Congress finally lowered the cost of prescription drugs.
And capped insulin for seniors at $35 a month.
Now we'll save thousands every year. We know when Patty is back in the other Washington.
She is working for us.
I'm Patty Murray, and I approve this message.
The big Labor Day sale is on at More Furniture, and we've got savings for every room in your home, all under $700.
Outfit your bedroom with this solid wood bed in 3 color options for only $695.
Get this dining room set with adjustable table and 4 chairs in 2 color options for only $695.
And this plush sofa in multiple color options is $695.
Labor Day is the perfect time for a fall refresh and incredible savings.
Preview these sales specials and more at morefurniture.com.
What's the only thing better than one Pint House Burgers and Brews? How about 2? We are now open in the Spokane Valley. The same great sports and music videos, friendly staff and servers, gourmet burgers and ice-cold brews. Pint House Burgers and Brews, now open in the Spokane Valley.
4 News Now is brought to you by BECU, supporting partners with families.
Sign up for breaking news alerts with the 4 News Now app.
It's 6:15. Breaking news on the path of a hurricane this morning. Fiona is accelerating up the Atlantic Ocean today, tearing past the island of Bermuda and heading straight toward Canada. The storm continues to swell as recovery efforts are underway in Puerto Rico and other Caribbean islands as President Biden vows to send help. ABC's M. Nguyen has the latest from D.C.
Good morning. The hurricane's effects are already being felt here, moving parallel to the east coast. As Bermuda is hit with heavy rains and winds overnight, the powerful storm is not expected to stop there. This morning, Hurricane Fiona sweeping by Bermuda's west coast. The Category 4 storm with winds at 130 miles an hour, some 800 miles across, sending waves as high as 50 feet. In preparation, Bermuda residents had stocked up their pantries and boarded up.
I have lots of water, snacks, canned meat, mostly non-perishables I purchased for the storm.
The island is expected to get up to 4 inches of rain. In Puerto Rico, residents are still recovering from Fiona's landfall earlier this week. Around 900,000 customers there remain without power, officials unable to say when it will be restored. President Biden vowing to assist, announcing the federal government will cover 100% of the cost of cleanup for the next month. The president also reassuring that hundreds of FEMA officials are already on the ground.
We'll be with the folks of Puerto Rico now, and until this is done, until we recover.
Fiona now responsible for as many as 8 deaths after pummeling through the Caribbean over the last 5 days. As part of the declaration of disaster declared in Puerto Rico, President Biden says officials are working around the clock, including search and rescue, U.S. power restoration experts, and crisis counselors. M. Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
Here is your live look over Spokane this morning. Still waiting for about 20 minutes for sunrise-ish. 21 minutes. 21 minutes, let's be exact. And a nice morning.
No, yeah,
all
not bad at all. It's not bad. It's on the cool side. This is where, you know, we're going to want to make sure people waiting on a bus or they got a nice long walk to have a couple of layers. But yeah, 51 into Coeur d'Alene. We're sitting at 47 degrees now. Again, a few clouds out there, and that's our expectation for the day is partly cloudy condition. 71, the average high for this time of year. We're going to be right there at 70 degrees. Downtown will be a little warmer. Tonight, we're back into the upper 40s. That's going to be region-wide, except when you get from Deer Park all the way up to Colville, you're going to have temperatures into the 30s. All right, satellite and radar. Radar, not that busy. Puget Sound, yeah, picking up a few scattered showers, but you get into the Cascades and then all the way into the Rockies, it's a dry condition. We still have rain into Montana and some dense fog in around the Missoula area, all the way down heading to Idaho Falls. But for the rest of the area, looking pretty good. Forecast radar, we're not expecting to see any rain today, tomorrow, or the next. We are going to see some variable clouds, but that's going to be about it. And we're going to see that all the way down into the LC Valley. We look at, again, that forecast radar is going to be fairly clear. Today, we're going to be at 70, 68 Coeur d'Alene. We're going to see that all the way south. Pullman, you're going to be at 69 degrees today. You're going to be around 70 for tomorrow. You're expecting to see some pretty fair weather and a lot of company tomorrow. In fact, Pullman tomorrow, 73. So a kickoff tomorrow. 1 o'clock, right? Going to be about 65 degrees, 66, not bad. 73 into Coeur d'Alene, 71 Sandpoint, 75 into Colville. Cheney, same thing. You've got MSU visiting you. Yeah, you're going to be in the mid-60s as well as you kick off. So we've got great weather for football, got great weather for seeing what we have in the great outdoors. 73 Saturday, we're going to the parks is free, national parks. Sunday at 78, and then low to mid-80s, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday 79. Still, temperatures well above average.
All right, Mark, thank you so much. A preschool program on Spokane South Hill is now able to enroll even more young students.
The program is free and for children who come from low-income families. Destiny Richards is live at the preschool, and this is a big deal this morning for kids who might be interested in that program.
That's right. Families can come to an open house this morning, 9 a.m. to 11, just to get an introduction into what an ECAP is and what this preschool offers. ECAP standing for Early Childhood Educational Assistance Program. And we are here with the ECAP manager here, Ariane. For those just joining us, tell us about what this preschool offers and what ECAP is in general.
So ECAP is a state-funded free preschool for income-eligible families. Once you enroll, you can start at 3.5 and go to 5. Basically, what we do is get the children ready for kindergarten.
Yeah, you guys have 2 classrooms now, so you're taking in more young students. Tell us why this is so beneficial. You guys are right in the middle of apartments, so I have to imagine it's really great for families to just drop off their kids right then and there.
Yeah, so all of our families, or the majority of our families, are coming from these surrounding complexes. Mm-hmm. So, like I said, most of them just walk here, and it's just a safe place close to home that they can come get some quality education while they're at work or whatever else they have to do during the day.
All right, and just like we talked about last hour, it's really a special program here because it's really getting those young kids ready for kindergarten. Coming up later this hour, we'll talk a little bit more about what makes this program so unique and more about the open house event happening later this morning. I'll send it back to you guys.
All right, it's a really great program. Mm-hmm. It's now 6:21, a massive game at Martin Stadium tomorrow between the Cougs and the Ducks. But if you don't already have tickets, you might be out of luck.
Yeah, and the Mariners beat the A's yesterday, but still got some bad news. Why the M's are calling the injury to Julio Rodriguez concerning after the break in sports.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Valley Fest is back, September 23rd through 25th at Marabou Point Park.
And this year, we've added a multicultural event on the last day.
Get ready for some great food, fun, and live entertainment.
Visit valleyfest.org for more info.
This is the dining room, where we make messes and countless memories. This is the office, where we spend long days losing ourselves in work. This is the bedroom, where we hit snooze one too many times. And of course, the living area, where we unwind and slow down. At Walkers, we have the styles you want for every room, so you can shop online or in store to create life's special moments and furnish your life for less at Walkers Furniture and Mattress.
This is it, the moment you've been waiting for. Game day. No, game days. More than you can count. And at Turf Club Sportsbook, we've got all the action with real sports betting, wall-to-wall HD TVs, and luxury seating. Just off the casino floor at Northern Quest, so you can bet, watch, and win on every game day. Turf Club Sportsbook, the ultimate game changer, only at Northern Quest.
It's time to elevate your finances. Introducing Ascend Checking, the new free checking account from P1FCU that pays you dividends. Earn 1.45% APY on balances up to $15,000. Plus, get online and mobile banking and mobile deposit with no minimum balance requirements. Level up your finances with Ascend Checking. To open your account, visit p1fcu.org/ascend. P1FCU, a Pacific Northwest original since 1938.
Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning is your family-owned and operated HVAC expert. Bill's can beat any licensed contractor's price with the lowest price guarantee in the area. 24-hour service available every day and $59 service calls. Bill's reminds you with the cold weather approaching, it's a good idea to change your air filters monthly. Perform annual maintenance on your equipment to maximize performance and use a smart thermostat to increase savings. Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning has the lowest price guarantee. Call today for estimates and repairs.
Valley Fest is back, September 23rd through 25th at Marabou Point Park.
And this year, we've added a multicultural event on the last day.
Get ready for some great food, fun, and live entertainment.
Visit valleyfest.org for more info.
The Seattle Mariners look like they're going to break their 21-year playoff drought the franchise has endured. But on Thursday, they were dealt a pretty major blow as Julio Rodriguez is dealing with lower back issues in the game. In the first inning, the team's game against Oakland, Rodriguez went out with the same injury that caused him to miss 3 games in the previous series this week against the Angels. After the game, manager Scott Service called the injury concerning. With 2 weeks left in the regular season, the team is in position for one of the wild card spots, but obviously losing Rodriguez would make it much more difficult to advance in the playoffs. Service did add Rodriguez will get an MRI conducted on Tuesday when the team travels to Kansas City. And the Washington State Cougars announced on Thursday that their game against the Oregon Ducks this weekend is officially sold out. This is the team's first 3-0 start of the season since 2019 as they look to open Pac-12 play with a win. While the matchup between these two teams has been fairly close the last couple of years, the Cougs actually haven't won in this rivalry since 2018 when Gardner Minshew led the team to a win. Wazoo is currently 6.5-point underdogs. Kickoff is set for 1 p.m. on Saturday.
All right, but same uni combo as that 2018 game. That's when game day was in town. It's going to bring good karma.
I hope so.
Good Morning Northwest time now is 6:25.
There has been a new development in the case of a missing couple last seen in Spokane. Sydney Charles is looking into this.
Yes, Teresa and Charles Bergman have been missing since Sunday, but while the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office says the description of a body found matches Teresa, they're still searching for Charles. His last known location and more details about where Teresa's body was found, that's coming up on Good Morning Northwest. Before we go to the break, here's your first look at what's coming up on Good Morning America at 7.
In this morning's GMA First Look, scare in the air.
Oh my God!
The incident happening on a flight from Mexico to Los Angeles. Passengers restraining the man with zip ties before the FBI arrested him upon landing. Federal investigators say the fight began when 33-year-old Alexander Tunku of Orange County allegedly loitered near the first-class cabin and then sat in an unoccupied aisle. He was asked to go back to his seat, but swung at the flight attendant, missing him. When the flight attendant walked to the front to report it to the pilot, that's when they say this happened.
Oh my God!
And the part of the video you see when him getting hit in the back of the head is him turning around, coming back to the front of the plane, and the guy just jumped up and hit him.
And coming up at 7 a.m., we'll have more on these mid-air confrontations and the potential 20-year prison sentences that can come with them. With your GMA First Look, I'm Gio Benitez, ABC News, New York.
I'll take it back.
This is how it feels to do more with less asthma, thanks to Dupixent. Dupixent is not for sudden breathing problems. It's an add-on treatment for specific types of moderate to severe asthma and can help improve lung function for better breathing in as little as 2 weeks. Dupixent helps prevent asthma attacks and can even reduce or eliminate oral steroids. Imagine that. Dupixent can cause allergic reactions that can be severe. Get help right away if you have rash, chest pain, worsening shortness of breath, tingling, or numbness in your limbs. Tell your doctor about new or worsening joint aches and pain or a parasitic infection. Don't change or stop asthma medicines, including steroids, without talking to your doctor. Who knows what you can do when you do more with less asthma? Ask your asthma specialist about Dupixent.
Stream 4 News now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
Leave your piggy bank at home. Save your green at Jennifer's Auto Sales and Service.
There's never been a better time to get the luxurious quality and refined style you envision for your home. During National Karastan Month, receive up to a $1,000 rebate on beautiful Karastan carpets.
Save up to $1,000 on Karastan flooring at Sandpoint Furniture Carpet One.
Create a home retreat with a beautiful hot tub or swim spa from Country Homes Power, your spa superstore. Offering great discounts, special financing, all with professional delivery. It's time to relax during the Country Homes Power 75th anniversary sale.
We are downtown this week spreading the word about Findlay Downtown Toyota. Hey, do you guys know a great place to get a new Toyota?
Findlay Downtown Toyota?
Exactly! Hey, Did you know you can jog in the Findlay downtown Toyota? It's just a few blocks from here. Good to know. Hey, you guys heard about Findlay downtown Toyota? We have. It's where we bought our new Toyota. Clearly, the word is getting out. If you're looking for a new Toyota, you can find it at Findlay.
I'm Mark Peterson. This summer, the Extreme Team and Horizon Credit Union ready to take on the next task. If you know of a project that needs an Extreme Team makeover, go to KXLY.com to nominate it. 4 News Now Extreme Team brought to you by Horizon Credit Union.
There's never been a better time to get the luxurious quality and refined style you envision for your home. During National Karastan Month, receive up to a $1,000 rebate on beautiful Karastan carpets.
Save up to $1,000 on Karastan flooring at Sandpoint Furniture, Carpet One.
From 4 News Now, this is Good Morning Northwest.
The 4 News Now story tracker with the stories people are talking about this morning.
Spokane County Sheriff Ozzie Knezovich is expected to address his plans to clear out Camp Hope during a news conference at noon today. Knezovich says he'll clear the homeless camp in East Spokane by mid-October and has sent a letter to the Secretary of Transportation saying he's now getting involved because of the inaction of the Department of Transportation and the state. We, of course, will be at today's news conference and we'll let you know what the sheriff says.
On this first full weekend of fall, national parks are celebrating the change of season by offering free admission. You can take advantage of the deal by visiting a Washington State park tomorrow, which is National Public Lands Day. So you will not need to use or buy a Discover Pass to get admission. Good morning, Northwest. I'm Robin Nance.
And I'm Derek Dice. It is Friday, September the 23rd. Mark Peterson here with a look at that first alert forecast. Hey, the first weekend in fall is actually looking pretty darn good.
Yeah, it's going to be better than the last weekend of summer. And we take a look at what we have this morning. A little blue sky. Sunrise is occurring. It's going to be official at 38. And we're seeing, again, some of those colors this morning. 47 degrees. We continue to cool. So, yeah, it's a chilly start. Taking a look at the 4 things you need to know. Today, of course, is fall's first Friday. It's going to be nice. Sun and clouds today. We're going to be at average for temperatures. Sunshine and a warmer weekend expected. And next week, we're going to be in the 80s. And we're going to be tracking that heat here in just a little bit. Visibility, we're looking great. But into Montana, where we talked about, again, that dense fog advisory from Kalispell all the way to Missoula, you're having limited visibility. If you're traveling that way, it's going to be that way for the next couple of hours. We look at the forecast when it comes to our sky conditions, and really just clouds on the move. We're not expecting rain. And so things are looking really good. We're going to be dry, and we're going to have some clear skies. So for the next 12 hours, yeah, midday, we're going to have sunny conditions, temperatures in the low 60s. By 3 o'clock, we start hitting that high of the day at 69. We're expecting an official high of around 70 degrees today.
We continue to follow breaking news out of Lincoln County. Police are still searching for missing Moses Lake man.
But a body found in rural Lincoln County is believed to be that of his wife. Sydney Charles is live at the Now Desk with what we know about this new development.
Yes, the Lincoln County Sheriff's Office says a body believed to be Teresa Bergman was discovered yesterday. She and her husband, Charles Bergman, have been missing since Sunday. They were last seen at Spokane International Airport, where Charles was picking Teresa up. Lincoln County police say the body found matches the description of Teresa, but Charles is still not accounted for. He was last known to be driving this car, a silver 2013 Chevrolet Impala with the license plate BLU 5395. If you know where he is, call 911. The sheriff's office says a farmer found Teresa's body in tall grass just north of Sprague. It was discovered at around 12:30 p.m. on Thursday. The body is now in the care of the Lincoln County coroner, and the Spokane County medical examiner will later conduct an autopsy to determine the cause and manner of death. The sheriff's office says Teresa's next of kin have been notified. Reporting in studio, Sydney Charles, 4 News Now.
All right, Sydney, thank you. We have just learned a state trooper who was rammed by a car and shot yesterday in Walla Walla is in the hospital, but we're told he is stable this morning. A person has been arrested for the shooting. Trooper Dean Atkinson, a 5-year veteran of WSP, was able to drive himself to the hospital. A tweet from WSP says, "We thank you for the support, well wishes, and prayers."
Now to the war in Ukraine and the race to get out of Russia. Thousands of people are fleeing in fear of Vladimir Putin escalating the war. And today, Putin is set to carry out another major strategic move. Here's ABC's Em Nguyen.
This morning, inside Vladimir Putin's Russia, traffic is jammed at border crossings and crowds are packed at airports. One-way tickets selling out fast. Most of the faces of those fleeing the country are young men of military age. They're fleeing Putin's draft after he called up 300,000 reservists for the war in Ukraine.
Think about what happened during the Vietnam War, what the draft did to U.S. society, the turmoil it caused. That's what Putin is doing.
Moscow calls reports of a mass exodus fake news. But video from this border crossing into neighboring Georgia shows cars stretching for miles. And Finland's government is reportedly considering banning most Russians from entering the country amid huge traffic jams at that border. Meanwhile, Russian police are cracking down on protesters in the streets. Demonstrators chanting, "I don't want to die for Putin." An independent monitoring group says protesters who are arrested are drafted directly into the military. It appears some Russians are doing anything to avoid the draft. Google says one search that recently spiked in Russia is how to break your arm at home. For the Russians called up to action, tearful goodbyes from loved ones as they board buses headed off to war. A man holding up this little boy, giving one last look through the bus window. And today, a new escalation. Russia is set to hold false referendum votes in occupied regions of Ukraine, declaring those territories part of Russia, a move that could be used to justify further military action. Moscow is apparently so desperate for more soldiers. New recruits are reportedly being offered pay up to 15 times higher than the average wage. Em Nguyen, ABC News, Washington.
The nonprofit Big Brothers Big Sisters of the Inland Northwest is facing an unprecedented shortage of mentors.
So local organizations are launching a volunteer campaign called Mentor Up for children. When Caden Kanzler was in the 3rd grade, he met his mentor, Brian, at Big Brothers Big Sisters. Ever since then, Brian has been part of his life.
I have been bullied a lot through the years, and Brian has just made it to where it wasn't like torture all the time. He's helped me to know how to deal with it and just grow as a human being.
Compared to his pre-pandemic numbers, Big Brothers Big Sisters are around 300 mentors short. Organization officials say the goal is to match 500 children with a mentor by the end of next year. We have information on how you can sign up on our website, KXLY.com. They can use your help. All right, Good Morning Northwest time is coming up on 6:37.
You need to know what's happening as you head out the door this morning.
It's going to be a hoodie, light layers, light sweater. Bring that out. You'll not need it this afternoon as we warm up. We'll have some sun and clouds as well. Your full forecast is coming your way.
And like so many prices, shipping rates are going up. FedEx is already announcing a price hike next year. We'll tell you how much right after the break.
4 News Now on your time with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
No one goes all in on made-from-scratch freshness like Papa Murphy's. Because when you go all in, people notice. Go all in with the Triple Pet Pizza for just $11.99. Papa Murphy's. Change the way you pizza.
At Colville Toyota, the pups are always sniffing out a deal that works best for you. Plus, our entire team is customer-focused.
If you want a hassle-free, simple, easy, enjoyable, and quick customer service, take a scenic drive to Colville Toyota.
We're customer-centered and here to help you with the new Toyota car, SUV, truck, and our mix of certified and used vehicles.
Colville Toyota, where it's easy to buy, easy to do business with.
We're your small-town dealership with a big heart. We value you and your time, so quick, informative service is our goal. Plus, we'll help you transfer your prescriptions here.
At Medicine Man, we care about you and your health. As your local North Idaho pharmacy, we take pride in knowing our customers and their needs, and you won't find that online.
At Medicine Man Pharmacy, we care about you and your health.
Just Between Friends is happening this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Shop one of the largest consignment sales and get everything you need for your growing family. Unbelievable deals all at one place only for a short time. Cash admission at the door. Go to spokane.jbfsale.com for details.
Are you ready for winter and unexpected power outages? Talk with the experts at Country Homes Power to find the best fireplace to protect your home, even when the power goes out. Like Valor Gas Fireplaces. Visit Country Homes Power today.
Considering selling your RV? R&R wants it. Tired of paying storage fees? R&R needs it. Just don't use it anymore? R&R will buy it. Due to a critical shortage of pre-owned RVs, R&R RV is currently paying absolute top dollar for your used RV. Any year, any make, any model. Turn your RV into cash or flip it for a newer model. So if you no longer use it or want it, let R&R RV buy it. Visit the R&R RV Superstore in North Spokane or call Ryan at 509-244-5888.
No one goes all in on made-from-scratch freshness like Papa Murphy's. Because when you go all in, people notice. Go all in with the Triple Pet Pizza for just $11.99. Papa Murphy's. Change the way you pizza.
Well, the former military contractor accused of being behind the biggest corruption scandal in U.S. Navy history is now back in custody. Leonard Francis, known as Fat Leonard, had bribed Navy officials with cash, prostitutes, and all expenses paid trips in exchange for steering ships to ports where his contracting company operated. His company provided services like fuel and tugboats. That was in 2013. He pleaded guilty to fraud and bribery in 2015. Francis was on house arrest in San Diego when he cut off his ankle monitor and then took off just 3 weeks before he was to be sentenced. He was arrested in Venezuela on Tuesday.
The company that owns Facebook says it will decide early next January whether to restore former President Donald Trump to the social media platform. Meta suspended Trump for 2 years after the January 6, 2021 U.S. Capitol riots over concerns that he stirred up violence. A Meta executive said a key metric in determining whether to restore the account is whether there is a continued risk of real-world violence. He did not indicate whether Meta was leaning one way or another on the decision.
As we look at the 10-second takeaway on a Friday, it's going to be a clear and cool start. Got a few clouds sneaking in there. Light layers needed because we're going to warm up. 70 will be our high today.
Well, you can expect to pay more to ship items through FedEx next year. The company announced it plans to raise rates on ground and express shipping in 2023. Customers should expect to pay an average of about 7% more. FedEx is also hiking its freight shipping rates by an average of about 7 to 8%.
Walmart says it'll start offering major discounts on popular items like toys, electronics, and home decor in October. It has increased supplies of usual hot sellers like TVs, phones, and furniture. Walmart hasn't given details on how big the sales will be or how they'll compare to last year. They've also made changes to the company's return policy, which will give consumers more time to return gifts. Good morning. Northwest time is now 6:42.
All right, Destiny Richards is live at a local preschool this morning with an expansion to an early learning program.
We're checking out this preschool on the South Hill that's now expanded to offer 2 classrooms for early learners to come in each day. Coming up, we'll talk about the open house happening later today where families can check out this new facility.
Download the 4 News Now app today.
Do you really think you can fix this? You should have just called Andy's.
I can fix it. It's just a little...
We're freezing. You should have called Andy's. Yeah, they have a 100% satisfaction guarantee.
Should have called Andy's.
Don't be like this guy. Call Andy's Heating and Cooling. So when the weather does this, your family does this. Go to andysheating.com for details on the 100% satisfaction guarantee. Carrier, turn to the experts.
This Saturday is your last chance to score cash and Hawks tickets at Chewelah Casino. Play your favorite games to earn entries. You have one more chance to win your share of up to $21,000 cash. And do Hawks home game tickets at Lumen Field in Seattle. Drawings start at 6 p.m. Cash winners will be drawn every 30 minutes. One grand prize winner will be drawn at 9 p.m. to win cash and Hawks home game tickets. Learn more at ChewelahCasino.com.
Every auto loan has a story. At Canopy Credit Union, we'd love to be part of yours.
I called Canopy. They said, oh, yeah, we can get it done. And then
30 minutes later, it was all over. Canopy, they just looked at me as an individual person instead of looking at my past history.
Whether you're buying your first, 5th, or 50th car, Canopy Credit Union has the loan options and expertise to help. Visit canopycu.com/story to apply online today.
Our very best savings have been extended during the Labor Day sale at More Furniture.
Everyone knows More is synonymous with incredible style at the best values. But our Labor Day sale offers a special opportunity to save big, and we're extending the sale for an additional week.
Our latest collections have arrived, and they're all on sale.
Our best sellers are in stock, and they're all on sale.
It's the best time of year to save and get your home ready for fall entertaining.
Check out morefurniture.com to view all extended sales specials.
Whitworth's Health Science program is expanding in a big way. And now's the time to make plans to advance your career by joining us in one of our emerging advanced degree programs. Our 38,000 square foot health science building will house simulation labs and classrooms that resemble actual clinical environments and allow for interprofessional collaboration. Everything you need to take the next steps in your career and help people live better lives. Learn more today.
4 News Now is brought to you by Colville Toyota.
It's now 7:15. A preschool program for low-income families on the South Hill has recently expanded to take in more early learners.
Yeah, it's an Early Childhood Education and Assistance Program, or ECAP, run by the nonprofit Community Minded Enterprises. Destiny Richards has been live at that preschool all morning long to show us the expansion and tell us when families can come by to check it out.
Well, families can check it out between 9 and 11 a.m. this morning. There's an open house for families who may be curious about this program. And we are here with Ariane, the ECAP manager. Tell us a little bit about just how this new second classroom that we're in right now is going to help educate older students. You said this one is between 4.5-year-olds.
Yeah, so once they move up to this classroom, they are really focusing still on social emotional, but more on the academics that are going to help them be prepared for kindergarten.
Mm-hmm. All right. And tell us about just how this preschool program is also a little bit more unique, how it's really preparing them for kindergarten, how it's a true pre-kindergarten program.
So with the academics, all of the lessons are child-led. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of play-based and rules and routines. But mostly we try to stick with what's interesting to the children so that they can learn their math and literacy through what interests them.
Yeah, and I think something that was really interesting, we didn't talk about it as much in the last or earlier this hour, but the other classroom for the 3-year-olds is actually low sensory because a lot of them were infants when the pandemic first hit.
Yeah, so we do a lot of screenings on our children, and we're finding that the children that are 3 are actually testing at a 2.5-year-old level. Mm-hmm. So we really tried to do less stimulation in that classroom, so that when they're coming into this classroom and socializing with 20 other children and 3 teachers, that it's just not too much for them, so they can really focus on how to build those positive relationships with everybody in the classroom.
All right, great. Well, 2 classrooms here and still a couple of spots if families want to enroll their children. Again, that open house is happening from 9 to 11, or you can just call, message them on Facebook so you can find out more about this program as well. You can go to our website, kxly.com, for more info. I'll send it back to you guys in the studio.
All right, pretty great deal for sure. All right, it's finally past sunrise, and you can see it getting much lighter out now. And we've got some wind as well, because you can see that American flag atop the courthouse whipping a little bit.
That's right, and we're heading into a really busy weekend.
It's going to be crazy, and of course, football. Everyone's talking about that. WSU sold out, right, as of like Wednesday. All right, and the Eagles are at home. The University of Missoula, they're at home. So let's take a look at the weekend weather. And if you're going to be heading out for Saturday or Sunday, it's going to be gorgeous. 73 on Saturday. Overnight lows, though, well, for Saturday morning, we're going to be into the upper 40s. So by the time you show up with your barbecue setup, it's going to be into the low, maybe mid 50s to low 60s, depending. So be ready for that. Here's what is currently happening in our world. We've got sunshine, got a little bit of cloud cover. 51 into Coeur d'Alene. We're sitting at 47 degrees. Definitely a cool start. You can see the clouds up there. 12-hour planner, just plan on sunshine, partly cloudy at times. We get into the noon hour, you're going to be solid into the low 60s, warming for the weekend, and we're going to be in the upper 60s by 3 o'clock. About 70 is going to be our high today. Downtown's going to be a little warmer. For tonight, though, temperatures are going to cool. Again, 47 degrees and partly cloudy. Satellite and radar, we look at what happened yesterday. Well, the rain that hit us yesterday morning moved through Montana, now is making its way into the Dakotas, and we're going to continue to see dry conditions. We do have a little bit of cloud cover out there, and that's what our forecast is showing. We're going to be dry. We're going to have some cloud cover. We're going to have gusts to 20 miles an hour at times this afternoon, so breezy at times. That's going to continue to make its way out. When we look at our highs today, 70 for our high, 68 into Coeur d'Alene. Get out, head to the west. You're going to be in the mid-70s from Omak all the way down into the Tri-Cities. Lewiston, you're going to be nearing 80 degrees. It's going to be nice. Saturday, temperatures are going to be in the mid to upper 70s all over the place. We're going to be in the low 70s for eastern Washington and North Idaho. 78 on Sunday. We warm. It's going to be low to mid 80s Monday and Tuesday, near 80 on Wednesday, and then cooling to near normal by Thursday for that first week of fall. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous. Going to feel more like summer than fall, of course.
No doubt. Yeah, temperature's looking gorgeous. Thanks, Mark.
Good morning, Northwest. Time is now 10 minutes before the hour. Your morning sprint is coming up next.
Thanks so much for waking up with Good Morning Northwest here on your Friday morning. We'll be right back.
Stream 4 News Now on your TV for free with the KXLY Plus app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Walker's Furniture. Pergo Elements Wet Protect, the right kind of waterproof. Pergo Elements.
Come see us at Floor and Home.
Let us help create your space.
My name is Mike Steele, and this is my Northwest Specialty Hospital story. I didn't really know I had sleep apnea. My wife was very upset because I snored a lot, and he wanted to put me on a CPAP machine, and it just didn't work for me. I found this article in the newspaper doing this new thing called Inspire. I had this installed, and I wake up in the morning and I feel a whole lot better. Northwest Specialty Hospital is now helping me breathe better.
Spokane Tribe Casino's latest expansion is ready for you to enjoy. With double the square footage, there's no shortage of fun. Try one of the over 300 new slot games and have a bite to eat at the just opened Grill and Bar restaurant. There's even a larger non-smoking area. Plus, the all-new poker room and Caesar Sportsbook are now open. Rake in your share of prizes every Saturday and Sunday with the Fallen Cash kiosk game. You could win free slot play, bonus points, or win up to $1,000 cash. Only at Spokane Tribe Casino. You just win here.
The coolest cars, custom Jeeps, and tricked-out trucks are rolling into Max Auto Sports for the Maxed Out event. Right now, race into savings. 0 payments till January 2023. 0 gas costs for 6 months. 0 cost lifetime warranty. $4,000 over KBB plus $500. That's $4,500 over KBB for your trade. The max savings during the Maxed Out event. 6 days only. It all ends Tuesday night. Now at Max Auto Sports.
See the full line of LG appliances at Fred's. Ask about exclusive and factory rebates on dishwashers, laundry sets, refrigerators, and ranges.
French door LG refrigerators are in stock and ready for pickup or delivery.
LG appliances are consistently top rated. With one stop at Fred's, see LG's full line.
Select from LG top load or front load laundry sets that are in stock.
At Fred's, service and selection equals satisfaction. Come in and see us today.
Pergo Elements Wet Protect, the right kind of waterproof. Pergo Elements.
Come see us at Floor and Home.
Let us help create your space.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now. This Good Morning Northwest morning sprint is brought to you by Bill's Heating and Air Conditioning.
All right, just about 6:53. Let's get you ready for your Friday and your weekend here in the morning sprint.
Destiny Richards is live with the new program designed to, rather, an expanded program for children of low-income families.
Mark Peterson is here to help you get ready for the first weekend of fall.
But let's get to Sydney Charles with some breaking news out of Lincoln County.
The Lincoln County Sheriff's Office says a body believed to be Teresa Bergman was discovered yesterday. She and her husband, Charles Bergman, have been missing since Sunday. Lincoln County police say the body found matches the description of Teresa, but Charles is still not accounted for. He is said to be driving this car, a silver 2013 Chevrolet Impala with the license plate BLU 5395. If you know where he is, call 911.
Starting off with some good air quality this morning. No haze in the air and a few clouds, looking pretty nice. Our forecast today for the next 24 hours calls for some variable clouds. We are going to see the increased chance of some haze for tomorrow morning, and then that'll push out as we get some west winds firing up. Our forecast today, well, there's going to be sun at times, few clouds, 60 as we get into the noon hour. And again, all afternoon, you're going to be in the upper 60s with 70 our high today.
Spokane County Sheriff Ozzie Knezovich expected to address his plans to clear out Camp Hope during a news conference today at noon. Knezovich says he'll clear the homeless camp in East Spokane by mid-October and has sent a letter to the Secretary of Transportation saying he's now getting involved because of the inaction of the Department of Transportation and the state. We'll be at today's news conference and we'll let you know what the sheriff says.
A Spokane police officer is being investigated for attempted sexual assault of a sheriff's deputy. Officer Andrew Richmond could face charges of second-degree attempted sexual assault and unlawful imprisonment. Court documents detail the encounter, which started with a meeting for celebratory drinks and ended with what the woman says was a non-consensual sexual encounter. The Spokane Police Department says it will stay out of legal proceedings to maintain objectivity. The Spokane County Sheriff's Office asked the Pullman Police Department to investigate, but due to a conflict of interest, the Lincoln County Prosecutor's Office will hear this case. To read more details of the case, find the story on KXLY.com.
An Arizona man visiting Idaho with his mom is now facing murder charges. Sandpoint police say they found his mom strangled in a hotel room. Police found the 86-year-old woman yesterday and arrested her 57-year-old son. Detectives say they were in town visiting friends when things took a violent turn. He should be in court for a first appearance later today.
In the growing battle over immigration between southern and northern states, a Democratic lawmaker in Florida is suing Republican Governor Ron DeSantis. State Senator Jason Pizzo wants DeSantis to stop transporting migrants from the southern border, arguing last week's flights to Martha's Vineyard violated state law. Pizzo says DeSantis illegally misspent taxpayer dollars to fly 50 people from San Antonio to the Massachusetts island.
The state trooper who was rammed by a car and shot yesterday in Walla Walla is stable this morning. A person has been arrested for that shooting. Trooper Dean Atkinson, a 5-year veteran of WSP, was able to drive himself to the hospital. A tweet from WSP says, "We thank you for the support, well wishes, and prayers."
We've been live this morning at a preschool on the South Hill run by Community Minded Enterprises. It is an ECAP program that stands for Early Childhood Education and Assistance Program, and they are having an open house today from 9 a.m. to 11. They have a brand new second classroom and are offering more space for early learners. Families who are curious about this program can come in or go to our website, KXLY.com, for information on how to contact the preschool.
The nonprofit Big Brothers Big Sisters of the Inland Northwest is facing a shortage of mentors. Compared to its pre-pandemic numbers, Big Brothers Big Sisters are around 300 mentors short. So local organizations are launching a volunteer campaign called Mentor Up for Children. Organization officials say the goal is to match 500 children with a mentor by the end of next year. We have information on how you can sign up on KXLY.com.
You can expect to pay more to ship items through FedEx next year. The company announced it plans to raise rates on ground and express shipping in 2023. Customers should expect to pay an average of 6.9% more. FedEx is also hiking its freight shipping rates by an average of 6.9 to 7.9%.
On this first full day of fall, national parks are celebrating the change of the season by offering free admission coming up this weekend. You can take advantage of the deal by visiting a Washington State Park tomorrow, which is National Public Lands Day, so you will not need to use or buy a Discover Pass to get admission.
And the 12th annual Touch a Truck event is returning to Spokane. It is an event that lets children of all ages see and explore their favorite big rigs in a fun and safe environment. Happening tomorrow from 9 to 2 at Spokane Community College. You can find this story on KXLY.com. And we're back with Mark's weekend forecast. We think you're going to like it. Next.
At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. New America believes in and supports that mission.
We actually have a new service that we're providing with video banking. We're here to really help them and connect on a way that other institutions really can't.
Biden and the Democrats printed trillions we don't have. The D.C. way. They spend, we pay. Gas and groceries are crushing family budgets. Kathy McMorris Rogers says, no way. Kathy's fighting every day to cut spending and get American energy back online. Lowering gas prices and securing energy independence from Russia and China. Fighting to hold Biden accountable. Kathy McMorris Rogers, our voice.
I'm Kathy McMorris Rogers, and I approve this message.
4 News Now welcomes Kirsten O'Connor. You expect more from local news. Important information that makes a difference to you. Kirsten O'Connor delivers. And that's what we mean when we say, expect more. Get to know Kirsten. Weeknights on 4 News Now.
Good morning, everybody. So we do have a few clouds out there, but a gorgeous day underway. It's a cool. Temperatures right now 47 degrees. That morning sweater will be able to be done by noon as we warm up into the low 60s. Our high today is going to be 70 degrees, 73 for Saturday, and Sunday is going to be near 80 degrees with low 80s for next week. The weekend's going to be glorious. Get out there and make some plans to see Mother Nature face to face.
All right, of course, the Cougs will be face-to-face with the Ducks tomorrow. I've got 18 pieces of paper here because the last time we beat them was in 2018. It is going to happen tomorrow.
Oh, I like what
Cougs
you
by
did there.
50, as Jack Thompson likes to say.
We'll see it throughout GMA. It starts right